Flip the script from Tuesday night as Wednesday, the Metro matchups of Union Endicott and Maine Enwell and Johnson City and Vestal have changed locations. Home teams are away and away teams are home, but both midseason matchups have big implications where teams can wake up in the morning with a different place in the standings on the line. 2 3-1 teams taking the court in Vestal and Johnson City. Second quarter, we're knotted at 15 apiece. Emma Phelan going to the hoop, but Caroline Red is there for the block. Phelan sticking with the game plan, though, off the rebound from Aaliyah Hankey. Phelan gets the bucket and the three-point play. Wildcats go up by 3. Golden Bears answering back on the other end, inside-outside game, playing a little dividends. Kylie Spivey making a deposit at the bank for the Bears. Then off the inbound is Wren with the easy bucket. Wildcats hanging tough, though, on the road. Hankey fighting for the ball off the rebound and finding an open Emery Guzik for 3. Johnson City moves to 4-1 with the win in the Metro 41-37. Band rocking the house in Union Endicott, and Bree Butler was rocking the rim for Maine Enwell. Here on the 9 route, she gets the pass from Tessa Lamoureux, finding the open receiver. Butler for 21 on the night for Maine Enwell. Second quarter, can't clean the glass without using the spin cycle. Elena Romarelli with the board and 2 of her 8 points. Then is Lamoureux again, looking like a free safety here with the interception. She finds Butler on the break for the lay-in. Tigers clawing back, playing a little bit of unselfish ball. The extra pass down low to Honor Taylor for 2 points and cutting the lead to 12. Then it's Taylor finding Dominica Diaz off the fancy footwork from Gianna Giarelli. Just a family of point guards there. But hey, Preston Ocker better watch out. There's some controversy at quarterback here as Lamoureux finds another touchdown pass to Butler. Spartans pick up the win on the road, 62-40. Let's check out the scoreboards as the Saints fall by 30 on the road to Waverly. Wolverines pick up the win, 64-34. And Shenango Forks, a winner at home over Owego, 63-31. Oneonta hits the road and gets a win over Windsor, 50-44. And out west, Horseheads, a winner, 62-26. And Elmira beating Corning, 51-47.